Hi. So I'm Chloe, and this is the new One Direction video meme that Elaine Nice Eyes. I always get that wrong. Nice Eyes, Nice Eyes put together. I'm gonna have to smash through this because my phone's about to die, my laptop battery is about to die, and I'm too far away from my PowerPoint to plug everything in, and I'm running out of time in the day, and it's really dim outside, even though I wanted to do it outside because it's really warm. So we're just gonna smash through while maintaining the integrity of the One Direction video meme as best we can. Um, Question one is introduce yourself. This is me. I'm Chloe. I'm a Nile girl, Scorpio. What else is there to know about me? Describe yourself using only lyrics from One Direction songs. I struggled with this quite a bit. But I settled on that verse from Don't Forget Where You Belong, where Niall, bless his heart, sings, I have this written down, but I can't read my own handwriting. Living out of cases, picking up and taking off, made a lot of changes, not forgetting who I was. I think that's how it goes. I think that says a lot about me and how, for quite a bit of my life, I sort of lived that way, because I was born in New Zealand, and then when I was 3 we moved to England, when I was 5 we moved to Hungary, when I was 6 we moved back to England, when I was 7 we moved to Australia, when I was 13 or 14 we moved to a different part of Australia, and at the end of the year I'm moving back to Europe, hopefully, fingers crossed. So there was a lot of that sort of in my childhood, and even now, sort of being ready to take off at a moment's notice, and sort of learning not to put down ties, and it makes it kind of hard when you're like, especially when you're younger, to sort of figure out who you are and what that means if you can't really stay in one place for too long. In terms of like finding somewhere to belong. But oh my god, my phone's gonna turn off in a second. I'm Yeah, okay, I'm gonna go get a charger, but I'm gonna leave this running. God damn it. I don't know why I didn't think of this before. I'm just gonna... We're still going, I refuse to turn off. Sorry. We're still going! I'm gonna charge this on my computer if I can find the USB port. If it's not on that side, oh my god, this is hell. Yes! Ah, we're still rolling. Please, please stay. Just stay there. Yes! Whew, I'm not doing this again, I refuse. This is like my 3rd time recording this, because every time I fuck it up in some like major way. But not this time. Whew. Smooth little segue into question 3. Describe the One Direction blogger of your choice using only lyrics from One Direction songs. Today, I've been thinking about Sadie. Sadie is a treasure and a gift to us all. And lately I've been thinking a lot about a series of posts that she made at the start of the year, I think, or at least a couple months ago, about urgency. And about sort of feeling all of the time a sort of urgent need to be part of the world and to experience things quickly and to always be moving and doing things, even if you're not literally moving and doing things. And when I listen to something great, I always think about Sadie for those sorts of reasons, especially a sort of like swelling chorus, the big, come on, jump out at me, come on, bring everything. Is it too much to ask for something great? That to me is Sadie, a sort of need to be experiencing things all the time, to have great things happen, to always be at the center of a moving thing. I might just be talking out of my ass now, but it always reminds me of Sadie. So that is how I'm going to describe Sadie today. Also, I had something else to say. I don't know if I'm going to say it though. Something about building Sadia Museum. Let's leave it at that. What is the next question? Is it the fic one? Why didn't I set this up properly? I've been at this for like an hour and a half and I still don't have any of the things I actually need to film this. Okay, if you could only read fic by one author from now on, whose fic would you read and why? Probably the people who wrote Landslide, because they are going to do that whole series of historical AUs. So when they're all written, I won't really need to read anything else. That'll be the whole range of... I won't need anything but those fics. So I guess them. I can't remember who wrote it. It was 2 people. I'll have a look later. Honestly, I should have been more prepared for this, but I wasn't. So them. The Landslide people. Imagine One Direction calls you up on stage at a show and they tell you they will sing any song you want and dedicate it to you. What song do you pick and why? If it's a One Direction song, if I have to pick from the catalogue of One Direction songs that they'll play for me, it would be Everything About You. Because I'm fantastic. And I feel like they know that I'm fantastic. I know that they know that I'm fantastic. But it really would mean a lot to hear them say it in front of a whole crowd, thousands of people, and then everyone would know. And I'm assuming in this scenario that I would also be, like, I would get to stay on stage, and I would get to dance around while it's happening. Then maybe, like, do a little, you know, I would sidle up to Niall. It'd be cool. So yeah, if it's a One Direction song, Everything About You. If it is just any song ever written, and they would just know the words, and their band would know how to play it, I'm tempted to say Gonna Get Over You by Sarah Bareilles. I hope that's how you say her name. I have no idea. But yeah, because that's such like a big energetic song. It just hits me here. Except that that's the right side. The left side. But yeah, that's such like a massive crowd pleaser for one. But also such a like powerful thing to be, I guess, telling girls and boys of any age. Plus, I know, in the way that I know the earth is turning, even though I can't feel it, that Harry Styles has on more than one occasion put that song on in his car and just belted it out and felt really good about himself. And I would like to witness that firsthand. Yeah. Also, actually, that might actually be my one and only chance to hear Louis cover a Cartel song. So if I got 2 songs dedicated to me, one of them would be Gonna Get Over You, and one of them would be any Cartel song from Collider. Maybe one of the more, like, poppy ones, like Thin Air, or, Take Me With You. Something like that, something fun, energetic, and a little bit romantic, and then I would, like, I don't know, tackle Louis, and it'd be a mess. But that's my ultimate One Direction fantasy. I'm sorry, what is going on here? I parted my hair differently today, because I got it, like, all trimmed down, when was it, like, start of the week, and I've been kind of worried about it, because it's a lot shorter, than I'm used to. Like, the back is basically just, like, shaved completely. It's terrifying. So I'm parting it on a different side, just trying it out, and I'm super nervous about it, but it's fine. I've got to stop touching it, or else it'll get really gross. Send to yourself. It's all fine. I'll scroll down a bit. If you somehow found yourself working at Modest or any of the other, what is the first thing you would try and change about the way in which Wendy has managed to market it? This is a... Oh, that was gross. That was a bit gross. That's a really simple question. 2 things. 1, the font. That fucking One Direction font has to go. I hate it so much. It keeps me up at night how much I hate that fucking font. Also that, like, black and red thing. It's gotta go. It's gotta go. I hate it. It always makes me feel like I'm preparing myself for a Monte Carlo night. I hate it. Just Gotta be subtle. Just a little bit of subtlety would go so far in the One Direction merchandising. And of course, the second thing is to stop using that one photo shoot from 2011 on all of the merchandise. This photo shoot from 2011. Come on, it's been 3 years at least since those pictures were taken. I'm still walking into Target and being assaulted by those pictures of Liam with all that hair, and it's confusing. And I feel like what both of those things do is markets the band towards a tiny amount of people, where if they stopped doing that, if they used more current pictures, if they stopped using that font, specifically that font really does it for me, if they just were a tiny bit less on the nose about this being a band that most people think will only appeal to very, very young girls, then they would make so much more money. They would be reaching a way bigger audience. So yeah, tiny bit of subtlety in the merchandising is really what I would do if I was in charge of that for like one day. I would, that exact pitch, and get me really far. Of the members of One Direction, whose accent would you most like to have, and whose do you most enjoy hearing? I would obviously like to have Niall's, because I feel like an Irish accent would go really well with this face. This face, plus an Irish accent, plus like a round of drinks, I would be taking home literally everyone who looked at me. I'd be getting so much dick with an Irish accent. I would never stop. I'd be on it 24/7. So I think that it would do wonders for me. And in terms of who I like listening to the most, it's Zayn. Although we don't get to hear him because all the rest of his fucking band are so loud. That is my dream for 2015. Everyone shuts the fuck up and let Zayn talk. Just give him like 10 minutes. Just sit him down. Everyone can just be silent and stare at him while he finally says what he needs to say. One Direction are being interviewed and there is a fan question segment. What would I ask? Was Larry real? To what extent was Larry real? No, I wouldn't. I don't want to be that guy. I mean, I am that guy, but I'm not gonna, no. I would ask maybe how everyone feels about Harry buying that massive mansion in LA. Does anyone feel excluded? Has he asked everyone over for sleepovers yet? Do they hang out at all when he's in Los Angeles? Or does he just do his own thing with all the, I don't know, famous people that he knows, presumably? Who does he even hang out with? Apart from that time he was like having lunch with Zach Braff or something? I don't know. So maybe that, or something about blowjobs, because I have fans to please. Yeah, okay. Let's move on. If you could send One Direction... Oh, no, I missed the question again. In an AU in which One Direction have finally parted ways with Ben Winston, we can only hope. They have invited you to direct their next video. What song do you choose, and what would the video be? My immediate choice is Why Don't We Go There? Because I feel like that song is about ghosts, and ghost pals hanging out, kissing a bit, having fun. And I think that would be a really cool video to do. Maybe like all of them, all 5 of them, as ghosts. Just like playing pranks on people and being like, yeah, we could move on and go to a better place, but also we have no guarantee that we wouldn't be all with each other when we went to that better place, so why don't we stay here and like do skateboard tricks in thin air with our ghost skateboards and prank people by like levitating their food in front of them or something. So that is my idea for the Why Don't We Go There video. How do I get that job? Okay, so if you could send One Direction back in time, which historical period would you most like to witness them experience? Like the 80s punk scene. Because, like, Zayn already has that look pretty much down. But I would like it, all like, across all 5 of them, to be full-on dressed as punks. That would be really good. I've been trying to decide which of them would have a safety pin through their ear, and I can, like, at least 4 of them. I think Liam is the only one who would be like, guys, I think that might be a little unhygienic. And they'll be like, Liam, stop being the dad. Be like, Liam, we love you, but you're so sweet. We can't have you here. You need to go home before you hurt yourself. I love Liam. Turns out I really love Liam, but I'm not going to talk about that. That's something I'm coming to terms with slowly and by myself. The band member of your choice asks you to plan a day out for the 2 of you. Where do you go? What do you do? Obviously I want to say Niall, but I'm trying to be less repetitive and maybe give a little more weight to people who aren't Niall. That's very hard to do, but I'm trying. So I'm going to say Harry, because I'm feeling weird about Harry lately, in that my incredible lust for him is bleeding into maybe, like, genuinely wanting to date him, which is concerning. But, so yeah, we would have, like, a big date. It'd be great. We would go up to the Mount Lofty Botanical Gardens, because there is a trail down there called Fern Gully. And he would try and fail to recite the Batty rap from the film Fern Gully, and I would laugh at him, good-naturedly, of course. And then we would have really fantastic lunch at a fancy restaurant. Might do like a wine tour or something. We would basically just spend the afternoon casually getting drunk on wine. And his driver, because in this scenario, he picked me up in his fancy town car. With a driver. I don't trust him behind the wheel. So we could basically spend the afternoon getting casually wankered, and in the afternoon, yeah, and then at night we would, like, go back to his hotel room, his very fancy hotel room, and we would drink the minibar dry, and we would eat all of the fancy chocolates, and then we'd just kiss, just for hours, without popping a single button, like high school. Well, not like high school, actually, but we would just make out. Just really nice, comfortable making out. He'd probably try to read me some Bukowski, and I'd throw it out the window. And he'd be like, Chloe. And I'd be like, come on, Harry, you can do better. My sweet child. You can do so much better. I'd basically change his life, let's be real. So that is my dream day with Harry. Which Broadway musical parts would you cast each of the boys as? I don't know anything about Broadway. I've seen, like, Wicked. And that's it. And, like, Phantom of the Opera. So, I'm going to leave that question to people who know more about it, so I don't make a tit out of myself. Discuss how, if at all, your love for and obsession with One Direction has impacted on your day-to-day life. It has. Yes! Make it quick, I'm doing a thing.
Oh, sorry, I'll come back to that.
Alright, thank you. That's my brother. He got home. Okay, so, quick story. Very quick. Oh, it's 2:37. That's the name of the film. Anyway, my brother yesterday had his year 11 semi-formal. And he was sick all day, but he, like, really put himself together. He drew on some deep core strength. And dressed up, and he went out to his semi-formal. And then he went back to, like, some after-party afterwards, and he's only getting home now at 2:30 in the afternoon. I'm so proud of him. Anyway, back to the question. How has One Direction affected your day-to-day life? Okay. God, I can't feel my leg. I've been sitting cross-legged, which I shouldn't be doing because I have bad knees anyway. But now my entire left leg is just numb. And it's going to turn into, like, pins and needles in a second, and it's going to suck. But, okay. Lately, in the last couple of months, maybe not entirely on purpose, but I have been trying to detach myself a little bit, from One Direction and from their sort of hold on me, if that makes sense. Like, I used to rely on them a lot when I was having shit days, to sort of give me the strength and some wisdom to carry on without, like, sinking into the earth. But, what I realized was that if they kept going the way they're going, in terms of doing and saying shitty things and then not apologizing, and just all around being not great people, when the time came that they did something shittier than already the shitty things that they've done, I would be left with no way to deal with things myself. And it would hit me a lot harder than it has in the past. So what I've been trying to do is take what they have given me, that sort of self-confidence, and a way of dealing with things, and a set of coping mechanisms, and like try and get to those places by myself instead of relying on them. So they have affected me in that my love for them sort of still drives me through hard times. But I'm trying to get there by myself, and I think that's kind of a good thing to be doing. Coming up on like my last couple of months. I think I've got like 8 or 9 weeks of university left before I graduate, so I think it's a good time to be doing that. Getting my shit in order. I feel like a real adult now. And just really quickly, talk about Niall, describe how Niall makes you feel. What are your thoughts on Niall's relationships? My thoughts on Niall have been very well documented in the past. So I think I'll just say that he has, or we think he has, it seems to us, that he has an immense capacity for loving people in the way, and like showing them that love in ways that don't make them uncomfortable. I think he understands what people need, and then gives that to them in a way that doesn't freak him out. And it's not like obvious, but it's a comforting presence. I don't know, that's how I feel. And I guess looking at how he interacts with the others as well, he has different ways of showing everyone that he loves them. And they have different ways of showing him that they love him. So I think just Niall is such a great human that we know. I don't want to find out any bad shit about Niall. That'll hit me very hard, but from what we know, he is such a hopeful and loving and optimistic human being. So those are my favourite things about Niall. Anyway, this has still gone on for about 23 minutes, so I'm going to stop now. This has been fun, as always, and I hope this doesn't suck. So, bye.